I want you to hear this. This is important. The call to follow is a call to take action. It's a call to take action. You see, so many Christians are led to believe that they're good Christians if they read their Bible, they pray, and they go to church. Maybe you've heard that growing up. Maybe you've got that impression. Oh, and then, of course, if you give financially, right? But what is Jesus calling his disciples to? Is he giving them a Bible reading plan? Right? Is he telling them that is he giving them a list of do's and don'ts? Or is he showing them how to live their lives? That's what I see. I see the call to follow as a way to take action. It's more than just learning and growing. It's a call to action. This kind of reminds me of my first and probably last ever stand-up comedy routine performance. I know it's hard to believe that this guy up here was a stand-up comic for one night, but I was. The way it turned out, or the way it happened, is several years ago I was at a pastor's conference. You think you're safe at a pastor's conference, but every pastor thinks they're funny anyway, right? You know this. Well, one of my pastor friends thought he was really funny. In fact, he still does little stand-up comic acts. Clean comedy, and he invited a bunch of pastors to do a 8-week training at the famous Mark Wrigley's Comedy Castle in Royal Oak. And he invited us to just get some training on how stand-up comics do their thing, put together a bit, and so on. So I thought to myself, well, at the time I was part-time, I was still a teacher, and so I had the summers off from teaching, and so I thought, hey, I'll do it, 8 weeks, it'll be fun, we'll go out to lunch, we'll have some laughs, we'll talk shop, it'll be great. Well, we get to the first session, and in that first session, the professional comedian who's training us lets us know that at the end of our training, we are putting on a performance. And we're supposed to invite our friends and family to this performance. My anxiety level just went through the roof. I thought we were just going to hang out and get some laughs, learn a few things. Maybe we could deliver a little better in our sermons, those jokes, those one-liners and so on. Well, no. It was a call to action. It was a call to actually put on a show. And believe it or not, we did it. Some of you in this room were there. Okay, you came to it. We filled the house. A couple hundred people came out, and it was a bunch of pastors with a nice, clean comedy act, and it was fun. We had a lot of laughs. We got to know each other pretty well. But I learned quickly that that's not my calling. But I think that my calling is the same as your calling, and that's to make disciples. And when you are called to make disciples, it's a call to take action. Right? It's not just a call to read your Bible, go to church, and pray. It's a call to take action, to actually make disciples. And I think if you're going to make disciples, it's going to require you to have some conversations with people. Take some time, walk with them, just like Jesus walked with his disciples. Do you know there's probably thousands of books written on how to make disciples? Think about it. Everybody thinks they're an expert on how to make disciples in the church. I don't need to read those books, and you don't need to read those books, because Jesus gave us the most simple model ever. The model to make disciples that Jesus followed was threefold. He said, hey guys, watch me. They did. And then he said, hey guys, let's serve together. They did. And then he said, thirdly, okay, you go out and serve, and I'll watch you. And they did. And that model works. You know how I know it works? There's millions and millions and millions of Christians today. It works. Making disciples who make disciples.